What's up, Hunters? I'm Alex, as always, and welcome back to another awesome video. So today's video I'm making is a bit of an unexpected one, but basically yesterday, Spiralwing posted this new kind of teaser for 2024, showing off a bunch of names for new animatronics. So basically, for today, we're going to be checking out this new teaser they released and talk about all the names and new props. Some of these props is kind of unknown exactly what they'll do or what they'll look like, but there's a couple that we kind of do know what they're going to look like and do, because we have a couple licensed animatronics which we know are going to be at Spirit this year, and a couple of return animatronics which I'm so excited to talk about in today's video. So anyways, enough talking, let's get into checking out these animatronic names. Alright, so the very first grouping of animatronic names here is called the main attractions, and from the names of all these, I assume they're all gonna kind of be clown related, or at least circus related, and we have 5 different props here, so let's go through them and talk about what I think these props will be. So first of all, we got the Ringmaster, which this guy, I do think he might be sort of like a clown, or he might just be more of a circus type person. Now, it's hard to think of exactly what this guy is going to look like, but one thing I am going to say is I think this guy is going to be a major prop this year. I think it's going to be kind of like front and center in the ISC, and it's going to be one of the kind of major props this year, I guess. But overall, I'm really curious to see exactly what this animatronic is going to be like. Is it going to be kind of like a clown Ringmaster? Is it going to be like more of a human Ringmaster? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Next up, of course, on the list, we've got Nibbles the Clown, which this name definitely reveals that this guy will be a clown animatronic. I'm a big fan of clowns, so I'm really excited to see what this guy is. Now, judging by the name Nibbles, I think it's going to have something food related to this prop. Maybe the lollipop that we saw in that teaser video a while back. Maybe that's going to be something related to this clown. I think maybe. But overall, this guy's going to be a cool prop to see, especially with him being a clown-themed prop. And next up, we got Bobby Strings right here, which from the name, it's hard to kind of picture what this guy's going to be. For me personally, I think it's going to be kind of like a circus act type guy or circus performer. I think it's going to be a prop sort of in that variety. And for this guy, I honestly don't really think it's going to be a clown. I think it's going to be kind of something different. I feel like lots of props that Spirit's going to release this year aren't really going to be clown props. Because I think even though it's a circus theme, I think they're going to stick away from clowns. They're going to have a few, but not like overload us with clowns this year. But moving on, the next name on the list here is Cotton Candy Dan. Of course, judging by the name, he's definitely going to have something cotton candy related. The way I picture it in my mind is, I think this guy is probably going to be a clown, and just in his hand will be holding cotton candy and maybe trying to like lure you towards him. But this guy too, I think it's going to be another interesting prop that I'd like to see more details about, because I'm really curious exactly what way Spiralwing is kind of going for this guy. And then the last prop we have here is Barnaby the Bear, which this one is going to be interesting to see, because this one, there's 2 different ways that they could have went with for his prop. Of course, one way, which I think is probably the way they went, is maybe like a creepy teddy bear that they made that's like something creepy. Like, I know they made Daddy Teddy in the prop, maybe it's something like that. But the other idea for this prop is maybe it's like a kind of like real looking bear, but there's something creepy about it. It could be like a circus act type thing. I don't really know. That one too is just another name that I'm really interested to see what exactly this prop is. And now moving on from the main acts category, move on to world famous entertainers, which these are going to be the kind of licensed props for this year. And honestly, it looks like it's going to be a pretty solid lineup. First of all, we got Art the Clown here, which this is kind of turned into another Leatherface situation. Like last year, we got a whole bunch of Leatherface animatronics, and this year it seems like we might be getting a lot of Art the Clown animatronics. We already saw a while back Party City release that they're going to be having one this year, and now I guess Spirit Halloween is going to be having one. It just kind of makes sense for them to have them because, of course, the movie and everything that came out recently. And I'm curious to see what Spirits is going to look like. I assume it'll be similar to Party Cities, but you never know. It could be something a bit different, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. And next up, we got Ghostface on here, which this is going to be interesting to see, because it was just 1 or 2 years ago we already had a different Ghostface animatronic where they kind of reskinned the Hauntress into Ghostface. And honestly, that prop, I didn't really like it, so I'm curious to see if they're going to make a kind of better version of Ghostface now, and I'm curious what they're going to do with it. It would be awesome if they brought back the classic Jemmy Ghostface, but I'm pretty sure Spirit Halloween wouldn't really do that, as they don't work with Jemmy anymore. But yeah, this one's definitely be cool to see what the new Ghostface looks like. And maybe if it's cool enough, I would even buy it. And then we've got a new Michael Myers prop apparently this year. Honestly, this one I'm not too excited to see about because there's just been so many Michael Myers props that have been made over the past so many years. I feel like they've just made so many that I don't really think they need to make any more. If Spirit does do something really cool and unique with it, maybe I'll like the idea of a new Michael Myers more, but kind of at the moment, this one I'm not too excited to see, but it will be interesting to see a new version of a Michael Myers prop. And lastly, on this list, we got an animatronic, which this one I'm actually really excited to see, and it's going to be an awesome license prop this year, I think. It's, of course, Emily and Victor from The Corpse's Bride, which is really cool. I'm kind of curious for this animatronic if it'll be a set of 2 that you get, or if it'll be kind of like the Jack and Sally that they had in 2018, where you kind of had to buy each one separately. I'm really curious to see. It would be awesome if they did sell them as a set and they kind of like talk between each other. That would be awesome. I really hope they do that. If not, it'll still be awesome to see both these characters brought to life. And honestly, this is the license prop that I am most excited to see this year from Spirit. And next up, moving on from that section, we got another section called Blast from the Past, which features some animatronics which will be returning for 2024, which these ones I'm actually really excited for. The first one, of course, here on the list is Cerberus, which this one I know some people are complaining a bit about. We've already had this animatronic return once back in 2019, if you remember. So coming back for 2024, this will be the 3rd time we've seen it in stores, which is kind of crazy. It would have been nicer if they would have decided to bring back a other animatronic instead of this one. But I'm still pretty excited to see Cerberus back in stock, because this animatronic is definitely one I like. I do think it's kind of disappointing that they never have added legs to the back of this guy yet. It's just kind of the front half you see. But I just really love how this guy looks. I can hook up the fog and everything to him. So overall, it does suck that we're getting him back again instead of a different prop. But still, I'm really excited to see this guy back. And maybe this will even be the year I get him because it's a cool prop. And we've also got Twitchin' Banshee on here, which I remember this prop. It's another great one, and one that I'm excited to see be brought back too. I remember seeing it a while ago in stores or somewhere, and I did really like it. It has good audio, good animation, everything. So it's definitely going to be another cool prop to see brought back. Not one personally that I think I would get, maybe, but it'll definitely be cool to see back. And then lastly, we've got a prop which personally is my favorite clown prop of all time. This guy, of course, is the creepy towering clown, which they're finally bringing back, which I'm really excited for because this guy is one that I really want to buy. I remember when he first came out in 2017. It was one I really wanted to get that year, but I unfortunately never ended up getting him. And then the years after that, I never ended up getting him either. So for him to come back for 2024, I'm really excited and I can't wait. Now, one thing I will say about him is I do really hope Spirit decides to bring this guy to stores, because I would not want to buy him if he's online only, like they did last year with Creepy Rising Doll and a few others. So I really hope Creepy Town Clown, they bring him to stores, especially with the Carnival theme and everything. He would fit perfectly in that. And I think this guy might be one that I would probably have to get this year, because he's just one of my all-time favorite props from Spirit Halloween. So really cool to see him brought back. And then moving on, of course, from props that are returning, we have one last photo here with 8 names of more new animatronics, which these currently, it's hard to tell what exactly they're going to be, but let's quickly go through it and kind of guess what these props are going to be. So first of all, on the list here, we got one called Night Terror, which honestly, this one, I'm not too sure what it's going to be. I think all the ones on this page are not going to be clowns, so I definitely don't think it's going to be a clown guy, but it will be interesting to see what exactly is. We've also got one called the Cremator on here, which I think is going to be a graveyard-style prop. He's probably going to be maybe like a ghoul in a way, but also sort of humanish. So that would be kind of cool to see, just some sort of graveyard-related prop. We also have the Gravestone Ghoul, which, judging by the name, I think he's going to have something to do with a tombstone. Like, he might be hidden behind the tombstone and jump up from it, maybe. It could be something like that, or it could be something different, but I think a tombstone is definitely going to be involved in this prop. We've also got Mac Straw on here, which, judging by that name, I think it is going to be a new Scarecrow prop, which I really want to see a new Scarecrow prop at Spirit this year, so this guy I'm really excited to see. I do really want to get a new Scarecrow prop, so if he is a cool one, he'll probably be one that ends up on the list of stuff I want to get this year. But that's definitely cool that they're going to be making some sort of new Scarecrow prop. We've also got one on here called Wenda Webworth. Definitely that name, it's giving me spider vibes. I think we're going to get some sort of spider-related prop. Now, it might not be a whole spider thing. It might be some other prop that has some sort of spider aspect to it, but definitely by that name, I think it's going to have something spider-related in it. And then moving on to the last three, we've got one called Giant Death Ray, which this one's hard to think about, like, what's going to be, but in my opinion, I think it's going to be kind of like an evil scientist, maybe. I don't know, it's kind of given that type of vibes from the name, so I think it's going to be something related to that. And then moving on, we've got one called the Dark Princess here, which, judging by the name, of course, I think it's going to be something princess related. I feel like this one maybe could be a jump scare prop, like it's this like creepy princess and has some sort of jump scare to it, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what exactly it does. And then the last one here, we have the Demonic Gatekeeper. This guy, definitely, judging by that name, is giving me maybe like devil vibes. I think we're going to get some sort of new devil prop related to this guy. And yeah, that one too will be a cool one to see. I know they had Hellspawn last year. He was like an all-right devil prop, but I really hope this guy, if he is a devil, will be some sort of cool new one that's like really good. But yeah, overall, that's all the other just random props are releasing this year. And from the names, they sound kind of interesting. Sounds like a good selection of just different props, but can't wait to see more details about these. And of course, with all it said, everyone, that finishes it for today's video. I know today's video was a bit longer, but I just really want to share kind of like my thoughts about all this awesome stuff that got released the other day. And I can't wait for in a month or 2 months, whenever Spirit releases more details about this stuff. Can't wait for it to release it because I'm curious to see what all these animatronics do and what they look like and everything. I believe last year is like the very start of July, or maybe it was the end of June, I think, that Spirit released all their props. So I can't wait. It's coming up really soon. And with the Halloween season kind of started now, I'm going to be posting a lot more videos. I'm going to be trying to post 4 videos a week, so get excited for that. Especially being off school now, I have a lot more time, especially in the morning, to make lots of these videos. So I'll definitely be trying to put more videos out for you guys. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. And anyways, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.